Hello everybody, CollisionWorks here. Welcome to our mesh breakdown. Now today we're going to be going to the board Coach Collision style. We're going to be breaking down mesh. Now I think that mesh actually has potential out of Gunbunch to be like the best play in the game. And I'm going to break down why. Now I did a game yesterday where I ran this play literally all game long. I think the only other play I ran was like inside zone. But pretty hilarious how well this play can do against pretty much any coverage in the game. Not really for man, but we do have some setups for that and a little trick that I want to show you guys with the tight end in this formation. It's really, really good. So stick around for that. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to show you guys first against cover 2. Now with cover 2, let me jot this down on our board real quick. We have our deep half here, here, and then we have our 2 flats right here, and what? Here. Nice, very good. This looks like cover 2 does. And then we're going to use our beautiful Ekpo green for our yellow zones because I don't have yellow, and I think you'd have a hard time seeing yellow. So anyway, with Gunbunch tight end, specifically the play mesh, I'm going to jot this down, so be patient with me. I know this might look a little weird because my board isn't that big to work with, but basically here, we're going to have our bunch, as you guys see here. We're going to put our point receiver with this setup against zone on a streak. Is like this, and we're going to leave this outside bunch player on a corner route. We're going to leave this guy here on his flat, and for setup 1 against normal cover 2, you can leave your tight end on the stock drag that he comes with, or you can kind of do whatever you want with him. Basically against stock cover 2, we're going to have a high-low here. The high is the corner, and then our low is the flat. Now always take the flat if it's given it to you, but if you're playing cover 2 hard flat, obviously you have the corner up top, and you have this streak pulling the deep half away from that corner. Now good players are going to use some zone depths here if they're not going to play match. So typically, to guard a corner out, you're going to want a corner on a 30-yard or whatever yard drop back, because corners playing the flat drop back a lot better than a safety or a linebacker in a purple or flat trying to race to the sideline. So if you're having trouble stopping corner routes, keep in mind that flats by the corner who's already outside plays it a lot better. Now, in a real-world scenario, let's say somebody comes out in 3-3. So they're only rushing 3 on the line. They're only rushing 3. So let's say this guy is now in a purple. So now he's in a Mable. So let me grab my green color. I'm sorry. We'll do another purple just to show you. We have double flats here. We have Mable coverage. But if they're playing 3-3, we're still going to have this guy here. And typically online, either this zone player or this zone player is going to play a middle third. Typically, I'll say it's this guy in the middle. So now they have a middle third on the field. Now what they can do here is they have a zone here, they have another zone here, and they have another zone here. One of these guys here is going to be the user. The other guy could get manned up or just stay in the zone he's in. So let's say, for example, he mans up the tight end, and he uses this defender. What we will do in this situation against a Mable coverage with dropbacks is we're going to motion our running back to the bunch side. So typically, your running back is here. We're going to take that away. Here's your quarterback. We're going to motion him right here to the other side, and we're going to put him on a Texas route. Now, if they are manning your tight end, put this guy on a trail route. And I'm going to show you guys some footage here. What trail routes do to man coverage. Start literally about half a second into the play. If you have short end and lead on your tight end, he's going to absolutely dust the defender. So keep that in mind. You can literally throw this every single time against man. It doesn't matter how they shade it. If they do shade underneath and that's giving you problems, just do a streak. Shaded underneath against a streak is always going to get burnt. So keep that in mind. You can hit the seam if that's happening. But what happens here is we put so much stress on this user right here. Let me get another color here to show you guys how important this is. Where's my red? Where's the red? Okay, we'll do orange. Orange is a very important color. If they are using this defender, we know the seam or your running back on the Texas route is going to be wide open. You can literally hit the seam every single time if they're not using it, if they're playing up top, or you can hit the check down underneath right here. So basically we have a high-low in the middle of the field. Now, typically with this setup, none of these guys over here are going to get open. Your corner is not going to get open. This guy shouldn't get open unless his zone depth are just really off. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to be doing this setup, this is kind of strictly for Mable coverage. Now, the original setup I showed you guys, the streak in the corner, that's going to work against cover 3 and cover 4. And if they're doing cover 4 and they're using the left side purple and it's not matched, it's just cover 4 drop, you can hit this seam as well. So keep that in mind. But if they're doing just cover 1, cover 0 man coverage, I wouldn't recommend this play. I would just simply run PA boot over. That play works really well, and the deep post and crosser do really good if you use long range deadeye. Now, if you guys don't know, long range deadeye gives you perfect pass accuracy while you're throwing on the run. So if you can find plays where you can draw up and get good protection to actually be able to get to the outside, deep zones play really poorly, and they play very similar to how they did in years past. Now, this year, it's kind of hard to get to the outside, so that's why we don't really see it that much. But keep that in mind as well. How you're going to want to throw those with long-range deadeye is going to be right before you release the ball. Let go of your right trigger to stop the sprint. That's going to give you an accuracy boost when you're not sprinting. And freeform with left trigger. Aim as far out as you can with it while still maintaining a catch radius. And that's going to give you a great, perfect pass accuracy if you're using long-range deadeye. Plenty of guys now that have it for 1 AP. I haven't really looked at golden tickets this year, but because I use Justin Herbert, but maybe somebody gets it for 0. But keep that in mind. Herbert gets it for 1 if that's who you want to run. So pretty much, boys, that's it for this setup. This is pretty much just against every stock zone in the game and Mable, and a little bit of man as well. Just kind of a route tip. So I hope this helps. If it did, please consider liking and subscribing. I hope you like this video format. If you have any formations you want to see me break down, put them in the description, bitches. I'll check it out. I'll try my best. We do some lab sessions here live on the channel, so if you want to stop by the collision course. I stream those live on YouTube every so often, so I hope you enjoyed. See you guys in the next one, boys. Peace. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.